why I said good morning, because you don't know, like, I don't know what time you're watching this. It could be good afternoon, good evening, good night. I don't know. Anyways, so the trailer is now at our house. So that way I don't have to worry about transporting paint anymore. Yeah. We actually ended up getting most of the paint out of the truck carpet on our own, and then we sent it to a detailer. And so this is what it looks like now. So there's obviously still some spots, but I'm hopeful that over time it'll kind of just wear out, and everything's gonna be fine. You know, life happens, you live and you learn. I'm gonna paint some cabinets today, get some coats on. I bought more spray paint, obviously, because I spilled the other paint, so like, whatever. So we're gonna spray paint them, and while those are drying, we're going to clean the trailer out, because now that it's at our house, I can easily get all the junk out that's been storing in there for God knows how long. Let's go. Okay, now that those are done and drying for that coat, I found this sign that I used to have hanging in our house when we lived in Las Vegas, and I'm gonna paint it black, and I'm gonna hang it when you enter the toy hauler, like right above that door. Okay, while all that is drying, since I spilled the paint, this still needs another coat. So we're gonna do our best attempt to spray paint it. I'm most definitely not mad at that. One quick coat and we were done. I gotta get up there. I don't have a step ladder at this current moment. Yeah, we're gonna let that dry. We're gonna clean out the trailer a little bit, get some of this junk out of here, and then we'll get back to this little backsplash wallpaper. God, there is paint all over me now. May have been a bad idea on that aspect, but I can't wait to get these cabinets back on today. I'm so excited. Okay. All this junk was in those cabinets and on the top bunk. Got that all out of the way. Gonna go store that in my basement until I have time to go through it. Shout out to Veer Wagons, because that's meant to tote my kid around, but I'm definitely using it as a utility wagon. You know, you gotta get your money's worth out of it somehow, because those aren't cheap. I've completely stripped these screws because none of these holes line up. And again, if you remember, when I took the one out, it was already snapped, like broken. So I knew that they were gonna be great putting back in. But we're making progress. Things are going great. Okay, the cabinet doors are on. The backsplash is done. Now I just gotta do the countertop. I just want this side to be done at this point, but we're getting there. I Googled how to do these round corners. I watched about 3 different videos. We're gonna heat it up. We're gonna heat it up and stretch it. All right, so it didn't turn out terrible, but it didn't turn out great. But that's probably the motto for this trailer. Like, not terrible, not great. I mean, up close, yeah, super imperfect, but it's not terrible. So let's keep going. Okay, well, it's downpouring, so that's gonna be the end of today. I got so much done, I'm not even upset. Countertop, done. Cabinets, put back together. I need a ladder to reach this one. Cleaned up the paint that I got all over those things. So next on my list is to finally start fixing this wall. As soon as I fix this wall, I can start prepping the walls to paint. So I'm not really like working on the trailer today. However, excuse you, don't do that, leave it there. However, I just went and bought Flex glue because I need to fix this wall before the stuff comes and I can put the piece on here that I'm gonna put on. We need to see if this is gonna work and give it time to cure and all that. So let's go. So we patched the wall like as much as really necessary, and I cannot wait to show you guys what I got to cover it. I got these faux tin ceiling tiles. They're PVC, so they're like super bendy. They're gonna look so good. Let's go. But I've sat here measuring this multiple times in a row, and I'm just, at this point, like, let's just do it. I don't know how well it's going to actually curve. It wants to like bubble, and I would like it to be a little bit more flat. So we're just gonna do it and see. Remember, our motto is that it's not great, but it's not terrible. That's just, that's our motto. So let's see what happens. Okay, that's about as difficult as I expected it to be. But it's gonna look good. I might get like a staple gun and kind of maybe staple some of these pieces just as some like reinforcement. But picture this all the way up the wall. Well, as tall as the door. I think it's gonna look so good. There's for sure a huge wasp. And when I say huge, I mean this thing's like 3 inches long at the very least. So I have brake cleaner because that's all I own because my husband is a mechanic. No. I think it might be dead because it hasn't really moved, but I'm terrified. Look, you can see it hanging. It's down here, right there above my finger. Okay, so I think he's injured. And so I think that I can get him with this fly swatter. And there's enough length on this that like, I'm not terrified. I don't like it one bit. I'm terrified. Ah, he fell. Okay. But now I lost him. Okay, there he is. Don't you dare fly at me. I think the threat's been neutralized enough that I can go on about my business. I'm gonna use the step ladder to hang the cabinets now. Okay, the wasp is just in this pile of tie downs. He's dead somewhere. But now there's a spider on the outside and I'm just done. I have to wait because I can't measure to cut around that. But once that third tile goes up, the next step is to sand and paint all the walls. And I'm so excited for it. I got this finally completely done. This is like the little cover for the sink or whatever. And it looks nice. We're doing well. So again, I'm not really supposed to be working on the trailer today, But I painted the fridge and I hate it. So, a little surprise, I ordered stainless steel contact paper. Listen, I would literally roll myself in contact paper if it was possible. Like, this is the greatest shit ever invented. So, we're gonna contact paper it up. Okay, so I got this piece on and like, I didn't really cut it right. Like it kind of seems, I don't like it, basically. So I learned that the front of these come off. So now I took this piece off. I'm gonna measure and cut the contact paper to fit this and see if I have enough to redo the top piece. So let's do that. So it looks like there's just enough if I wanted to replace that top piece, but I think that I need like, oh, there's really not enough. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to replace that top piece. It might just have to look like that, but we'll find out. So I sanded the board down because the other one is kind of lumpy from the paint. And so I sanded this one down. Let's lay it. This was a huge pain in the ass. I ruined a piece of like a whole strip. So like, yeah, I would have had enough to fix this top piece, but like now I don't. It's a little bit more smooth because I sanded it first. It lines up pretty okay. Let's see if I can get it to go back in here without ruining what I've done. Okay, that's all for this week, finally. Here is what we've gotten done. We did a lot this week. We got cabinets put back together completely, and I feel like I've said that in every single one of these, but the cabinets are actually all done. So cabinets are completely put back together. Countertop is completely done. Backsplash is done. The range hood is like put back together. And then things are cleaned up. And now we have a matching fridge. This has been a long week. I'm glad that I took some time and got this done today. I really hate that freezer part, but it is what it is for now. It's not the worst. It's not the best. It's just, I'm going to get that as a bumper sticker for the back. This is the longest video that I've done so far, but it's been a whole week and, you know, a lot got done. So, see y'all next week.